We, the jury, having been duly impaneled and sworn, find the defendant, Jonathan Malone, not guilty of reckless homicide.
It only took 45 minutes for a jury in Highland County to clear a former deputy for his role in the death of a suspect he was trying to arrest. Good evening, I'm Megan Mongello.
And I'm Kyle Linsky in for Adam once again tonight. That former deputy who was facing 3 years in prison for shooting and killing a suspect who was refusing to follow orders is a free man tonight.
I listened to the trial and found out the case came down to what each side considered reckless.
Less than an hour after being released to deliberate, the courtroom filled back up in Highland County as the jury found Jonathan Malone
not guilty of reckless homicide.
Defining what it means to be reckless was a sticking point. Here's the prosecution's take.
With holding the firearm, with having the firearm pointed in the direction of another human being, and having your finger on the trigger. And that was the known risk that we took place here in this situation.
Simply because someone died doesn't mean that Sergeant Malone acted recklessly.
Defense attorney Joshua Engel argued that point successfully. The facts of the case both sides agreed upon were this. On a July night last year, the suspect, Richard Pullen, ran a stop sign and took off after Officer Malone tried to pull him over. The chase lasted 9 miles and 14 minutes into the town of Hillsborough. Pullen, who was drunk and had warrants out on him, sat in his locked vehicle with tinted windows, refusing to get out. Malone was armed with a baton and gun. As he tried to smash the window to get to Pullen, the gun went off. Here's how he explained it in court.
I have no idea what this guy's doing. I need to be ready. I need to be ready. If I break that window and he starts shooting at me, I need to be able to shoot right back. It's just how we're trained.
The state claims having the loaded gun pointed at the suspect was reckless.
He could have pointed his gun away from any human being when he used the asp. He could have had one of the other officers deploy the asp or deploy their baton. That is what is reckless in this case.
It only took 45 minutes for the jury to side with this counter-argument.
Even if you go back there and you believe, yeah, he should have been more careful, you still find him not guilty. Because it's got to be more than that. It's got to be substantial and unjustifiable.
The defense proved that former Sergeant Malone, who resigned earlier this year, was protecting his community and had been trained to keep his gun pointed at a dangerous suspect.
A few months before the trial started, Malone had asked the judge to dismiss the case after the coroner ruled the suspect's death a suicide. The Highland County coroner determined that Richard Pullen, quote, had planned to go out in a big way with a final confrontation with law enforcement.
Hey there, thanks so much for visiting the Local 12 YouTube channel. Click the links, hit subscribe to get notified anytime we post content to this channel.